Greetings, friends. It is Gemini here at San Pablo Dam Reservoir on January 26th, 2023. Thursday, though we know in astrology that days begin at sunrise. The sun is about to rise, so this means we are still at the very end of Wednesday, Mercury's day, Miércoles. And this is the third video today, which is appropriate for thrice great Hermes Trismegistus. And this is Hermes that we are looking at here, Mercury rising in the east. I want to pause here to point out a couple of stars, because you'll see at the end of the video, one of the missions here is to engage with the final ecliptic or zodiac stars we can see in the sky before sunrise to estimate where the sun might be today. And this, of course, is because we cannot ever see the stars that host the sun's current travel. We go blind if we try. The stars are hidden behind the beams of the sun, right? And so I just want to point out this star here to the west of Mercury, which is Caus Borealis. I'll show you that star in Stellarium Planetarium software, but it's one of the stars of the Archer's bow. There's another, later in the video, you'll hear me say the Scorpion stinger can't be seen, but actually at this time it was. These two stars here are Shala and Lasath, which are the stinger stars of the Scorpion. I think I also mentioned that it's a drag that this star is unnamed because it's so important, but we will find that here in Stellarium software, we do see a name for that star, Larawag, which I feel is probably a Polynesian name. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. What is this? This is Pai Kauhale. So the house of something that I need to learn. This is definitely a Polynesian name. Sounds like a Hawaiian name to me. Where we also see up here Al Niyat, right, which would be Arabic. So here is Caus Borealis. In our day and age, that star currently lives in tropical Capricorn. You can see here in Stellarium astronomy software, 276 degrees, 38 minutes of celestial longitude. Well, celestial longitude is measured from 0 degrees Aries. So 90 degrees from there is 0 Cancer, 90 from there, or 180 from 0 Aries is 0 Libra. Another 90, 270 degrees brings me to 0 Capricorn, which Stellarium astronomy software marks this south solstice point with the Capricorn glyph, right? Which clearly is, it's not the sea goat, and that's why you'll hear me use terms like sea goat and Archer and Scorpion for constellations, but terms like Capricorn and Sagittarius and Scorpio for signs, constellations and signs are different things. So importantly, this ecliptic star, this zodiac star, will help us understand not only where Mercury is in the zodiac at this time, because we see that near alignment, Mercury is in the 12th degree, 11 degrees and 46 minutes of tropical Capricorn at this time. But we can also understand, because these are the last stars seen on the eastern horizon before sunrise, right? And of course, we won't see any stars once the sun rises. But we can estimate that a month ago, the sun would have been here. What's rising before sunrise now. So let me go. This is 1 month back. Did I do that right? Yeah. Okay, and the sun was then in the Archer, you see, near Caus Borealis. And so back to January of 2023, and the sun is in the next constellation, the Sea Goat, currently aligned in our day and age to tropical Aquarius. On with the show. And this is Hermes that we are looking at here, Mercury rising in the east, or rather the southeast, because Mercury is now in Capricorn, tropical Capricorn, which along with its antition, Sagittarius, rises most south of east anywhere in the world. So due east is this way, and Mercury is currently rising south of east. I'm going to dim the lights here and show you what my naked eye can see, which is the stars of the Scorpion here, like the bright Scorpion's heart, and Taurus, and the Shuba, Akrab, Fang. Scorpion comes down this way with the tail, and frankly, I can't see the tail stars. I can actually, the Scorpion's is like this right now. So there's a star here whose name I don't know. I feel like it's an unnamed star, which is so weird because it's such an important part of the Scorpion. But we cannot see Chaleur or Le South, which are the stinger stars of the Scorpion's tail. They're either currently underground or simply under the beams of the rising sun. I'm gonna let this camera bring in more light than my eyeballs can right now. And we're gonna see a couple stars somewhat near Mercury. I need to take a moment to pause and celebrate the truth that in the last, I don't know, 12 hours, I've seen all of the wanderers, all of the planetas. I watched the sunset. Venus appeared, beaming as an evening star in the west. I saw moon at Jupiter's side, somewhere above in my sky, and later as the sky darkened, Saturn just below Venus appeared. Later I went outside and looked very high to find the bright Mars at the royal star Aldebaran, the eye of the bull, which is opposite this one, and Taurus, the heart of the Scorpion. And now before sunrise here I find Mercury. So I have collected them all. It's amazing these times where we have the ability to, clouds allowing, see all of the visible wanderers, the visible planets. Mercury, the trickster, the hardest one to catch. But as you can see here, I have quite a view. And I'm going to dim the light again, show you kind of what I'm seeing in the sky, which is a little bit more like, well, this, I think. Although, I don't know, the viewfinder of the camera versus what gets uploaded through the interbeams later, and maybe it's more like this. But I can very clearly see the Scorpion, a couple of the stars of Ophiuchus holding on to visibility in the dawning light. I'm going to take this off of the tripod and show you other stars of the zodiac or the ecliptic at this time. So here's the Scorpion, the claws or the scales. Here is the priestess with the bright star Spica, Porrima, 24 degrees tropical Libra and 10 degrees tropical Libra respectively. Coming this way to the celestial lion. This is Regulus, the heart of the lion, the royal star, we are told, rules them all in our day and age. And just in recent years, in 2012, having processed into the first degree of tropical Virgo. Denebola, the tail of the lion's neck and head. And very dim Cancer cannot be seen. I'm still seeing the heads of the twins, Castor on the right and Pollux on the left, just here above the western horizon. So twins, dim invisible crab, lion, priestess, scales, Scorpion. What comes next? The archer can't be seen. Let me put this back on the tripod so we don't get any dizzier than this. Please bear with me. Okay. So this is a pretty similar frame to what I'm seeing with my naked eye. I get a little bit more, actually. Just as far as like the human gaze without turning my head is concerned, like into my peripheral vision, but I'm staring right at Mercury. I'm like centered on Mercury like this. And then I can see just at the edge of my vision, the Scorpion over here. I actually kind of have to move my eyes a bit. So this is pretty similar to the human experience. I think 35 millimeter is that. And I think this is 24. That's not my expertise, that kind of math. But I'm here to teach stars. And yeah, I cannot see stars at Mercury's side. Now I happen to know that because Mercury today is in the 12th degree of tropical Capricorn, that he's very close to archer stars like Caus Borealis, which I'm actually feeling like I can see with my naked eye, but my eyes might be deceiving me. Right, so one of the games for estimating where the sun is at any given time, given that we will never see the stars that currently host the travel of our bright light, they are always hidden, of course, behind the blinding beams of the sun, is to look at the zodiac stars, the ecliptic stars that are on the eastern horizon just before sunset. Now, part of the issue here is that some signs rise like this and some like this. Traditionally, they're called straight and crooked signs for that reason. Capricorn's actually right in the middle. In the northern hemisphere, 0 Libra rises most straight, reaching high to 0 Cancer at the midheaven at that time, where 0 Aries rises most crooked, reaching low to 0 Capricorn at the midheaven at that time, right? So it's kind of like, oh, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, and then we're coming back down. And Capricorn is right in the middle of those. So as straighter signs, we have a better shot of seeing stars before sunrise, because they will literally be, even if it's the same distance from the sun, at a greater altitude. The other thing is that some ecliptic stars, like Antares here, are particularly bright. Antares, the 15th brightest star in our sky, sometimes 14th, while other stars are not that bright at all. You dim the light, and now it's kind of easier to keep Mercury in our view. I think I'll stop this video soon and take a couple stills. But the point I'd like to make here is that I cannot really see currently, at this state of the dawning light, any stars to the east of like Antares. Okay, I see this wandering star Mercury, and that's it. So I do know that Mercury right now is in the stars of the Archer, and if I could see those stars, and I saw them a little bit before just as Mercury was rising, they were like the last stars that I could see, then I could safely assume that the sun is in the next constellation, which is the Sea Goat. And that's true. The sun in early degrees of tropical Aquarius has just entered the horns of the goat. It's like Algety and Dobby. But I want to share the technique and also the truth that it's not that clean. There is so much variation, the brightness of the stars, the way that they rise, depending where on Earth you stand. And so this technique of like the last stars you can see on the eastern horizon before sunrise, or the first stars you can see on the western horizon after sunset to know where the sun is somewhere in between, is beautiful on paper, but it's not that easy to work. And trust me, this is not my first time trying. Okay, let's have a look around before I turn this video off and take a couple pictures, more importantly with my heart than the camera. So let's go this way again. They're really starting to fade. Scorpion. Here's Zubin el-Janubi of the scales. Spica of the priestess. Denebola, the tail of the lion. Zosma. Regulus, the heart of the lion. Still just getting Castor and Pollux, or Pollux and Castor here above the western horizon because of the way that they set. This is a plane that's right next to Polaris, so now I'm looking north with my back to the midheaven and back to the ecliptic. Here's Big Dipper. Drill a hole and it spills on the lion. follow the arc to Arcturus and speed on to Spica. Alright, well, let's look north. We'll follow the plane, and I will show you the very bright and beautiful Vega, this blue diamond of the night. You spend more time with that star and with this summer triangle, as it's called. Some places in the world know it as the Navigator's Triangle of Deneb, the tail of Cygnus the swan, Vega, the bright star of Hermes, and Apollo's lyre, the harp of the heavens. And then we can barely see here the eagle star, Altair. This is one of the reasons why the scorpion and the eagle go hand in hand, like some associate the sign of Scorpio with the serpent. We see serpent tender here with the scorpion, and also the phoenix or the eagle. Well, in northern hemisphere skies, depending on where you're standing, the eagle and the scorpion are seen above the heavens at similar times, like this one, where I'm now just losing Mercury to my naked eye. Trying to change the focus to see if that helps. You see Mercury on your screen, and it's only getting worse. Yeah, we're all out of focus. I can still barely see Mercury with my naked eye. Here above this tree. And he says, "Turn the camera off, son, and listen to me."